Hey Josh, this is the doctor, the fourth doctor, that's on the Discord channel and also the forums. I wanted to show you this recording. This may be of interest to you, it may not be, I'm not sure. You're the developer of the Leadwerks engine and Ultra alike, but I had hit you up and asked you on Discord because I'd recently got a new gaming laptop. I got one of these Acer Nitro 17s, and I got it with the purpose of being able to work on my gaming levels and stuff in Leadworks and Ultra on times when it's kind of slow at work. But I was having problems. Ultra runs just fine on it, but when I tried to run the Leadworks engine, it kept blowing up on me. I did some research and I found on the forum that there were some other people, both on Steam and also the Leadworks Ultra forum, that had a similar problems. One guy that apparently was having a problem with it is he was stating under it's under the forums under Leadworks 4.6 exception access violation from a user called Angel Wolf, posted back on May 9th of 2023, where he was getting the exception access violation error. Was showing a runtime error, with the main application failed to initialize sound device. He'd went and installed OpenAL, and then he found that he could run it on his system by right-clicking and running as administrator. And, I've tried this with different combinations, and on my main desktop PC, which has 32 gigs of DDR4 memory in it, it's running AMD Ryzen 5800X3D, and it has an NVIDIA RTX 4070 card, runs just fine, no problem. I had a secondary system that has one of the Ryzen 5600Gs on there, which runs just fine on it, and still was trying to figure out why it wasn't working on my new laptop. And after had uninstalled the or re-imaged my laptop and put Windows 10 on there fully updated, and was still having the same problem. I had went through several different scenarios to try to see if I can find out why this was being a problem, from adjusting settings in the NVIDIA panel and other like what settings, to try to see if maybe it was something like that. I mean, all the Windows is completely updated, all critical updates from the Windows Update utility, as well as all important drivers and all visual support redistributable libraries on there, and it's still giving me a problem. So I figured in the future, if you happen to have someone ask you this question, and especially if it's on a laptop, this may be of help. What I found out is on my system, I have dual graphics. And I don't think that's, something that's quite unusual for this kind of setup. But just giving you an example here, if we go under display adapters, I have both an AMD Radeon 780M graphics adapter as well as the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 460. Now, if I go and try to run Leadworks now, this is what I currently get, whether I run it from Steam or run it from the desktop. It starts out like you're seeing here, and it goes through its process, and then I'll get, the exception access violation, which is what you've seen just there. Sometimes it'll close out just like that. Sometimes it will come up and it'll actually show several of those pop-ups showing the exception access violation, and one where it was having another issue. Like, here we go. Like, you saw that one there. If I go down here, you'll see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those, in addition to it saying frame buffer incomplete GL, frame buffer incomplete attachment. Now, if I click on that, it will end it, but I would go and actually change this right now, but the possibility this may end, because I was trying to do a recording and it did it before. I was trying to disable the AMD Radeon 780M graphics, and it caused, uh, OBS to kind of blow up on me. But what I have discovered, if I try to disable the AMD Radeon adapter and try to run it under the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 460 adapter, it still does the same thing. It'll blow up, show the exception access violation error, and it won't run. However, if I disable the NVIDIA GPU and leave the AMD Radeon enabled, it runs just fine, no problem. So I'm kind of wondering, I mean, I don't know how you coded it, if it's able to distinguish between dual graphics or not. Um, I kind of thought for a moment that, that could be a possibility. It may be something else, or it may not make no difference at all. But I think the way that they've designed it, especially with the dual graphics, maybe there was an issue of the selection of what graphics adapter to use, and that's why it was blowing up. But I know that if I try to use the NVIDIA and disable the Radeon, AMD Radeon one, it still does it and it blows up, and that may be because of it being a discrete card, but since the AMD Radeon's integrated, and if I disable the NVIDIA and leave the AMD enabled, it runs just fine. So, I'm, I think that maybe it's just the way it's set up, the way the architecture's set up, or how this was developed. And it may not be this way on other models of manufacturers of laptops or gaming laptops, but it's this way on this one. So I figured I'd show you this and figured it might be of some help. That way if someone asks you, you can say, well, do you got dual graphics, or are you on a laptop and it's got dual graphics? Try disabling one and see if it works on the other. But I thought it might help, so I just wanted to go ahead and show you this and see what you think about it. Okay, Josh. This is how everything works with the settings changed on the adapter. I just wanted to show you this real quick. I've already got the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 460 GPU disabled and the AMD Radeon 780M graphics adapter enabled, just to show you whether I run it from, Steam or directly, it runs just fine now. It's just strange that if I try to disable the AMD Radeon and enable the NVIDIA GPU, that it still fails. I don't know if that's due to the way it's designed because it's dual graphics. Normally, the dual graphics is used for switching between different modes for standard, Windows operations and applications, and high-end graphic rendering is the whole purpose of having that. But I don't know if it's because Leadwerks has an issue trying to determine between the two adapters, or maybe if it's the manufacturer, the way it's designed specifically. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, you probably would have a better understanding of that, but you see it comes up just fine. And when I run it, it runs just fine. And no problem at all. But it just won't run very well if I have it under the NVIDIA RTX 4060 GPU. I mean, it comes up with the exception violation error, and that GL buffer frame issue, and it'll either close instantly or it comes up with those messages, and it just won't do anything. And that's after all the Windows updates have been all updated, all drivers have been updated, and all critical updates. Everything has been updated, and when I disable the NVIDIA chipset and run it just with the AMD Radeon 780M, it runs just fine, as you're seeing here. But otherwise, if I try to disable the AMD Radeon and run the NVIDIA, it won't run at all. I mean, I know that most of your focus is on the Ultra engine right now, and I know that Leadwerks is a little bit dated, and so I don't know if that's something you may or may not update to accommodate that, or if it's necessary. But just the same, I just wanted to show you that if someone in the future is having a similar problem, this could be very well it. If they're running off of a laptop that has dual graphics like this, you can just merely mention try disabling one of the GPUs and leaving the other one in there, and then that should run. So, so that was an option, and I just thought I would show you this, and you know, another possible fix, especially if it's not something that you may want to look into and have a patch or an update you want to send out just to fix simple issues like this, because I know your main focus is on Ultra. And but just the same, I just wanted to show you this and let you know what I found out and everything, just to keep you in the loop, man. I appreciate all the work you're doing and can't wait to see 3D World Studio 6 coming out soon. I'm really, really happy and uh, waiting for it. And if you can get that mock-up page created soon and send it over to me, man, I can get it out to all these different groups that I've been talking through and show them, and that way, get the word spread. I'm just waiting on that. So just let me know. I appreciate it, buddy. God bless.